This show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Stop putting your online data at risk. Get protected at expressvpn.com/inside.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Wednesday. It's another solemn hump day.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
Take our most respectful and saddened of humps. Yeah, it's whatever. Guys, stick a fork in E3 because it's done. For 2020 at least, and maybe forever? I know we say this a lot, but... Amazing Grace. Listen, keep those caissons rolling.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
So yeah, it's definitely canceled for this year. After news broke last night that the Entertainment Software Association was going to cancel one of the biggest gaming conventions out of public health concerns, they made it official this morning.
The ESA sent out a statement and prefaced it by saying they were devastated to share the news. They wrote, after careful consultation with our member companies regarding the health and safety of everyone in our industry, our fans, our employees, our exhibitors, and our longtime E3 partners, we have made the difficult decision to cancel E3 2020.
I made partner at the firm.
Don't shake hands.
This is not my hand.
They added that following increased and overwhelming concerns about the COVID-19 virus, we felt this was the best way to proceed during such an unprecedented global situation. We are very disappointed that we are unable to hold this event for our fans and supporters, but we know it's the right decision based on the information we have today.
One piece of good news though, sounds like they're gonna give refunds to exhibitors and people who are planning to attend. What did they say about that, Brian?
They wrote that our team will be reaching out directly to exhibitors and attendees with more information about providing full refunds. So definitely a cool guy move on the ESA's part, a sentence that has never been uttered in this building. Thank you, ESA.
Thank you so much.
What a cool company.
So, in what seems like an attempt to salvage the event somewhat this year, the ESA also left the door open to some kind of online experience that will showcase industry announcements and news in June 2020. You're describing just YouTube.
Yes.
And
a totally independent effort.
There's no reason to put it on an E3 channel.
So there you go, it's official. The 3-day event was planned in early June in Los Angeles, but last night, word was already trickling out that it was done.
I mean, they had like their thumb in
Yes.
the dam, but...
It was a deluge.
So yesterday evening, the indie publisher Devolver Digital tweeted out, "Cancel your E3 flights and hotels, y'all."
Dude, ice cold move. Of course from them, the parking lot kings.
Then Ars Technica came out with a piece saying that E3 was canceled and wouldn't happen for the first time since 1996. It actually wasn't because of the coronavirus. A kid asked him if they liked olives, and they said, yeah. And the kid goes, yeah, you'd like all of these nuts on your face. The kid owned them, and they had to cancel the event.
Well, that could be any number of things. That could be like, I want all of these hugs and kisses. I want all of these puppies to lick me up and down. They cited a source who said that they heard news of the cancellation directly from ESA members, and they said that the official announcement was supposed to happen yesterday, but obviously that did not happen.
Yeah.
They waited till the morning. Thank you, ESA, again.
So E3 is not the first gaming event to be canceled, and it definitely won't be the last.
No. GDC 2020 was supposed to kick off later this month, but then lots of companies pulled out of the event, including Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, and Sony after concerns stemming from the coronavirus.
And before that, the Taipei Game Show was postponed due to the outbreak, the Mobile World Congress 2020 was also canceled, and the Overwatch League called off games in China because of the outbreak.
Anyway, it's not just video game events though, right, Brian?
Oh no, tons of public events around the world have been either canceled or rescheduled, from St. Patrick's Day parades in Ireland to sports events to the Cherry Blossom Festival in Japan. Sorry, weebs. Coachella was postponed until October, which is an excellent choice because that thing is gross even under normal circumstances. I guess the Tupac hologram's gonna have to stay home this year. The entirety of Italy was locked down, so it's serious out there. Who's gonna whistle at American tourists with Italy locked down?
In Seattle, they're planning to ban all gatherings of more than 250 people because I won't be able to host my fan convention.
Sounds like a Mariners game.
Stick to games, Brian, all right? Keep sports out of my games.
There's even some concern that the Summer Olympics in Tokyo could be next. Sports.
Oh, yeah.
More sports
Damn.
coverage.
Yeah, and in Austin, the South by Southwest Festival is also called off, boys. So for cool guys like Patrick, that's probably like 9/11, and it's gonna have major implications for the Austin economy.
Brian, who do you think I am?
Patrick's the least cool person I know.
The organization that runs South by Southwest had to lay off about a third of its staff, 50 people this week. Huge bummer.
When it comes to E3, you've got to wonder if similar layoffs could be in the future at the ESA.
Of course, course, E3 has been having problems long before the coronavirus. There were reports of infighting at the ESA last year. Then more recently, Sony announced that it wasn't going to attend for the second year in a row.
And then last month, industry veteran Jeff Keighley, who hosted the E3 Coliseum and has attended the last 25 E3s in a row, announced that he's skipping this year's event. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it sounded like he didn't like the new format that was being planned for E3. So
anyone did.
No. And once you hear about it, if you haven't, you'll hate it too.
It's awful.
It's a new format called Let's Sneeze on Each Other. Yeah, so after years of defections from companies like Sony and declining attendance, the ESA hit the panic button last year and said they plan to rebrand E3 as a, quote, fan, media, and influencer festival for 2020. Blech. But obviously that's not happening anymore. Yeah, silver linings in these unnerving times. I just don't want influencers in my face any more than I have to. I'm in my 40s. I instinctually hate them.
Brian, you're an influencer.
I will punch you if you say that again.
Another bad sign, the company that the ESA hired to be the creative director for this year's E3 quit after just 5 weeks on the job.
Whoa.
Holy cow.
I do wonder though if they had wind that they were gonna get canceled.
I feel like the ESA is a horrible client, maybe.
I mean,
and is
that's
trying
also
to
definitely
salvage
possible.
a sinking ship.
Want to get witch hunted?
Can we have your personal data? No, it's just for us.
It's for our own records. Well, for everyone's. It's the world's records.
Yeah, last week, the gaming merchandise and events company, IM8bit, tweeted that they were resigning as creative directors. They did not give a specific reason, but said they wish the organizers the best of luck.
So there were red flags all over this year's E3, Brian.
Yeah, there were red flags holding red flags. And underneath them, a sea of red flags. And beyond them, a universe of infinite red flags invisible to the human eye. But at the very end of what we know as humans, there's one giant black flag. Shouts out.
So what's next? Well, in the short term, you've got to assume that the companies who were going to attend E3 might just host their own events and stream them online. That's what Nintendo's done for years, and it certainly doesn't hurt Switch sales. EA has also pulled back from E3 in favor of doing their own events. So they're going to realize how easy that is. All these enormous companies that can just hire a boutique ad agency to just run the shit.
I would have fired them just for calling themselves IM8bit.
The real danger for E3 is that this cancellation might show more and more companies that they do not need the event. And since E3 was already a wounded animal going into 2020, that could have really bad consequences for the event going forward.
Jason Schreier, you know him, you love him, talked about this issue a few days ago, tweeting, "If E3 2020 is canceled and the video game publishers wind up doing digital events instead, I expect most of them to look at how little they lose by not being there, and how much money they save, and follow Sony's lead in ditching E3 permanently." Big existential moment here.
Yeah, existential is the right word to use here. I was putting on my shoe this morning and just thought to myself, why?
Look at that, it's just painted on.
It's just painted on.
What are we doing?
It's amazing.
I wear a painted on bathing suit. Everyone loves it.
E3 is an old school event. And there are big costs to being a part of E3, even if you're a little fish. Back in 2014, it was reported that a 200 square foot booth at E3 would cost a developer over $3,000 a day, not including electricity, famously necessary for video games.
And which costs a at a convention center.
yes.
Oh yeah. You don't know what extortion is until you've been to one of these things.
And that's not even factoring in travel costs, hotels, food, etc. So what happens if developers just start streaming their own events and skip all those costs?
No, obviously some of the smaller developers feel that the exposure of being at E3 is worth those costs, but the big boys like Nintendo and Sony have decided that no, it's not.
The big boys. The ESA promised that they'll be back next year, right, Brian?
Yeah, they said they've got plans for E3 2021, quote, as a reimagined event that brings fans, media, and the industry together in a showcase that celebrates the global video game industry. No mention of influencers there, so maybe the coronavirus did us a favor here.
They also told one person on Twitter that rest assured our team is already planning for E3 2021 and we hope to see you there. So for now, they're promising to return, but then again, these plans have a way of changing, as today's announcement proved. And honestly, no one knows exactly what the ramifications of COVID-19 will be. Could be just a couple of months in 2020, could have long-lasting effects, we just don't know. So everyone seems to be playing it by ear for now.
The other question is, what about other game events that are still on the calendar this year? There's the Tokyo Game Show in September, and then there's the Paris Games Week in October. If this thing keeps going, we could see a lot more of these events canceled, and that's gonna have a big effect on developers who are depending on the exposure to launch their games.
Brian, you talked to a few, right?
Yeah, they were definitely nervous. I talked talked to some of them after GDC got canceled, and you know, a lot of them were saying it's not going to hurt just one event, but yeah, if they specifically mention stuff like Paris Games Week, and if there's just kind of this domino effect, then yeah, if you have games coming out this year and you're not Nintendo or somebody who can just independently draw eyeballs, it's going to affect your business and marketing plans.
Still salute the ESA for making a responsible decision for the well-being of the public. As much as it hurts to say it, they made the right choice. We hope more events and even cities, Los Angeles, that let a disgusting marathon happen. Come on, why? Take notice of the trend and err on the side of caution. Could be the tipping point between a short-term problem and a long-term one.
Why run a marathon, you know? Sit down, right?
Just
and read
chill
a book.
out.
Just chill out. Evan, the lights, please.
In the lights.
Right, that's under. Oh man, bummer.
Show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Stop putting your online data at risk. Get protected at expressvpn.com/inside.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Tuesday. It's
Hat Tuesday.
It is Hat Tuesday. Well,
Oh.
who is that?
I didn't get the memo. Listen, I'm here filling in for Zach, all right?
My, your eyes are so big, Brian.
Amir, you feel